Hello teachers, librarians, lecturers, media professionals. I'm Andrew Denton, the executive producer of the Gruen Transfer, and I'm here with co-creator of the Gruen Transfer and author of the Gruen Transfer book, John Casimir, to discuss why you should consider buying it beyond its enormous price value. John.
And its attractive cover.
And its attractive cover, yes. Which actually, if you look carefully, says buy me. Although, if like me, you have either no eyesight or no ability to perceive clever patterns, it just says,
When we started the show, we always talked about doing a book.
Yes.
And we always talked about that book being part textbook, part kind of coffee table book, and it's a little bit of a toilet read as well. So it's got all those things. As a textbook, it's broken down into about 70 different modules. So it's a primer on where all of advertising is up to right now. So it's easy to teach insofar as it comes in very specific blocks of ideas, and each one of those ideas is full of case studies and facts and just material that makes it very easy to digest.
That is true. In fact, before the show even existed, we kind of dreamed of this book because the point of the show is, yes, it's an entertaining show, but it's actually about giving you information. It's meant to help you, the viewer, deconstruct the constructed advertising world around you. The book, however, is not the TV series. The book is quite different. John has slaved over it. John didn't have grey hair when he started writing the book. John, tell us what's different.
The book actually works on the principle of being a day in the life.
That's right.
There is a theory within the advertising industry that the Westerner now will see 3,000 commercial messages a day. So this was actually Andrew's idea. When we were talking about how to do this, he came up with this idea of, well, maybe we should follow the day. Maybe we should follow you from the moment you open your eyes to the moment you shut your eyes at the end of the day and look at all the different ways that advertising tries to get you. So the book is actually on a timeline.
It's probably the most beautifully illustrated, fun textbook any of your students will ever have, but it is nonetheless a textbook because it is, in much more detail, speaking to a huge range of media experts, not just ones that are featured on the Gruen Transfer, taking you through the world of advertising and persuasion. John, can you give some sense of the range of people you spoke to?
Well, in fact, only about a third of this book comes from the show. So only about a third of it is developed from the conversations that have been had on the show. Another third of it has come from all the research that myself and the team behind the show have done over the years. Extraordinary stuff that we knew we just couldn't fit into the show. And the rest of it is all new interviews. I went to interview the various experts in different parts of the different fields of advertising, whether it be outdoor advertising or mobile phone advertising or neuroscience, the sort of burgeoning area where they're now testing advertising using, by wiring people's brains up to see how the brain responds to it. So it's got all those. It's also got a section in the middle called the dissenters, where we went out to seek the views of people who don't like advertising. This is not a voice that generally appears in the TV show, but for the book we thought it was really important to include interviews with people who don't like ads.
It's very easy when you see a book of a TV series just to dismiss it as that. We're actually very proud of it as a reference book, and I think probably a good way to explain that to you is to perhaps just if we could go into one area, John, things that advertising has created that we all take as part of our everyday life, but we had no idea that it actually came from the advertising world.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Phrase you might have heard quite a bit. That is a De Beers diamond slogan from the 1940s, as is the diamond engagement ring itself. Didn't exist realistically until just before the Second World War, at the end of the Depression, when De Beers had an oversurplus of diamonds and they needed to sell them, so they popularised the idea that there should be a diamond engagement ring. Let me think. The way we see Santa Claus as the big, fat, jolly guy in the red suit with the big white beard,
thanks to Coca-Cola.
That is Coca-Cola. Waltzing Matilda, the song that we sing and know well, is a 1903 Billy T ad. It existed in different formats when it was written by Banjo Patterson in 1895, but it existed in a different tune until Billy T wanted to use it in an ad, so they rewrote the tune, and that's the one we sing now.
You are being advertised to every minute of every day. That's what this book is about. What we've just created for you now is in no way an ad, it's a personal endorsement. And on behalf of the producers of the Gruen Transfer, which happen to be us, we thank you for watching.
Thank you.